Senators is Tommy Tuberville of Alabama, and he joins us live. Senator, always great to see you. And there's so much to talk about that's happening right now. Can you talk about this provision? Do you agree with eliminating that provision? How do you see this vote going? I'd love to know your thoughts.
Yeah, I don't think anybody needs to go after the American taxpayer here. They didn't do anything. This is making the American taxpayer pay money. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure, especially on my end, that I was on that list, that you put crooked judges like Bossberg, you impeach him, and you put Jack Smith, who was a crooked Department of Justice employee that did this behind the scenes, put him in jail. That's what we have to do. We cannot circumvent this. We've got to go after them. We've got to do the right thing for everybody involved and get this nipped in the bud at the end of the day and not let it happen again.
Yeah, a lot of money there on the line if that provision does indeed pass. And Republican Congressman Chip Roy slamming that provision as well, saying it was snuck into the government funding bill. Here's the congressman.
A potential to have dollars going to United States senators when we've got American citizens, whether it was J6ers, whether it was people from the FACE Act, whether it was others that have also had the full force of the federal government through the Department of Justice targeting and coming down on them. And they're going to see, oh, but you can slide in a provision in here for United States senators? Like, it is beside my comprehension that this got put in the bill. And it's why people have such a low opinion of this town.
And when he says town, he means Congress. And that seems to be your sentiment as well. I think when you, being a part of Arctic Frost or your name, this obviously holds a little more weight when I hear that from you. So you have no interest in seeing this provision play out because this would obviously hurt the taxpayer in your mind.
No, if you want to go after somebody, you go after the telephone companies that did this to you as a individual, as a United States, not as a senator, as a congressman, but as a private citizen, and taking your information. But there's no reason why we should even put a monetary value on this. Now, if you look at this, you can't retroactive anything anyway, so it would have to be for the future. And I can understand why somebody might want to put this in the bill to say, listen, there should be damages for this. But we don't need to charge the American taxpayer. My God, what are we trying to prove here? What we're trying to prove is put people in jail that break the law. That's what we need to look at.
All right. I'll move on to this story as we continue to watch and wait for the Saudi Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, to arrive there at the White House, which could be happening here at any moment. We see the flags beginning to raise in this moment. Just, did you have thoughts on the arrival of the Crown Prince and the president's ceremony that we're seeing here for Mohammed bin Salman, Senator?
Well, there's got to be a friendship there with us, the United States, and all these people. There's got to be. And President Trump is the best at this. At the end of the day, they're going to need us. We're going to need them. But there's got to be some kind of relationship where we can work together. There's got to be a work together relationship, and that's what President Trump's trying to do with the Prince coming in today and continue to build relationships. That's what politics is about. Build relationships, trust each other, and if we can trust you, we can work with you.
Yeah. Speaking of that, it was unfortunate to see earlier. We've seen a lot of the, and this is a hard pivot here, but we've seen a lot of the Epstein victims that came forward today at the behest and the request rather of. I'll pause that thought. We're listening now to the bands playing as the arrival ceremony is playing in here for the arrival of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, which will happen here at any moment. But thinking of that, going back to politics just for a moment, a brief moment here. We heard from Speaker Johnson. They're going to pass this Epstein transparency bill, this provision that may make its way to you, Senator, for transparency. But the Speaker wants a number of amendments to be made where he couldn't get it done in the House. I don't know if you're following along with that or not, but he claimed that he spoke with Majority Leader John Thune, the senator, as well about this. Did you have thoughts, if it does make its way to the upper chamber, again, this petition, where do you see it going?
Well, first of all, let's get it out there. I mean, this is ridiculous. Transparency. Let's let the American people know what happened. These people are criminals. We need to if we need to build more prisons, let's build them. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to have a bad holiday season coming up. But, American people deserve this. Now, President Trump, I can understand he was way underwater going into his presidency 9 months ago with the economy, with world affairs, with immigration. He had a lot on his mind. And why interrupt all of his work with something he could do in the near future, which at the end of the day, he got tired of, I'm sure, of listening to the Democrats complain about this. Now, it's going to be probably mostly Democrats who are going to go to jail for this, which is fine. But I applaud President Trump for doing this. I don't know what's going to happen in the House. In the Senate, he's going to get a vote, so we'll see what happens.
So you're for transparency, just to be clear. It appears that there may be somewhat close to a unanimous yes on this bill, this petition coming to the Senate, but you would obviously push this forward as well. You want to see names.
100%. Let's get it out there, get it over with. We've got enough problems. This place is a cesspool as it is, and when you keep letting it fester of what's happened in this situation, I mean, it's been going on for years. Yeah. Let's get it out there. Let people see. You saw what happened to Larry Summers today. He's running for cover. A lot of other people are going to do the same thing. Let the American people know we're doing something up here instead of hiding something. But again, President Trump has been underwater, and I can understand him trying to focus on several other things to try to get our country back after the disastrous Biden administration. So let's get it going. And we're getting ready to have holiday season, but let's have a bad holiday season for people that were pedophiles.
Thank you for coming on and sharing, obviously, your thoughts. That is Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville with his time. Thanks.